Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So today we are going to talk further about dual nature, and in that we'll be talking about de Broglie hypothesis. De Broglie hypothesis. Okay. So according to de Broglie, listen very carefully. The way waves can behave as particle, okay, particle can also behave as wave. So according to de Broglie, the way waves can behave, waves can behave as particle. Similarly, similarly, particle can also behave as particle can also behave as wave. So what de Broglie suggested that by Einstein's equation, by Einstein's equation, E is equal to h nu is equal to hc upon lambda. No, this is not Einstein's equation. E is equal to mc square. E is equal to mc square. Also, for a wave, E is equal to h nu is equal to hc upon lambda. Okay. So as these two are representing energy, so these two should be equal. So from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, so mc square is equal to hc upon lambda, and that gives lambda is equal to h upon mc. Lambda is equal to h upon mc, and that basically becomes lambda is equal to h upon p. Lambda is equal to h upon p. So equation 3 gives wavelength of a wave associated with a particle. Equation 3 gives wavelength of a wave associated with a particle. Associated with a particle. So lambda basically is proportional to, or you can say inversely proportional to 1 upon p. So more will be the momentum, lesser will be the wavelength, or smaller will be the wavelength. Okay. So greater will be the momentum, greater will be the momentum, smaller will be the wavelength. Smaller will be the wavelength. All right. Any doubt, any question? Good, good. So question, if a proton moves with v is equal to 10 to the power 10 mm, 10 to the power 7 meters per second. If a proton moves with v is equal to 10 to the power 7 meters per second, find its de Broglie wavelength. Everyone please solve it quickly. Find its de Broglie wavelength. As I told you, this chapter is very easy, so let it remain easy and solve it like this. Done. Give me the answer. So lambda is equal to h upon p. That means lambda is equal to h upon mv. H is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon m. M of proton is, how much is mass? 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 27 into v, 10 to the power 7 meters per second. How much is that? How much is that? That will give us lambda is equal to 3.96 into 10 to the power minus 14 meters. This is the wavelength. This is the Sahil, your answer is 10 to the power minus 10. How come it is 10 to the power minus 10? Sahil, it should be 10 to the power minus 14. It should be 10 to the power minus 14. Okay, let us move further. I took mass as 10 to the power minus 31. Okay, cool. घर पे प्रोटॉन बना रहे हो क्या तुम आजकल? प्रोटॉन का मास ही चेंज कर दिया तुमने. ओके, फॉर चार्ज पार्टिकल्स, फॉर चार्ज्ड particles. So pay attention everyone. For charged particles, if we know if a charged particle if a charged particle is accelerated with if a charged particle is accelerated with if a charged particle, let me mention it as q. If a charged particle q is accelerated with potential v, then its kinetic energy ke is equal to qv. ke is equal to qv. Okay, that we know that kinetic energy of the charged particle will be qv. Also so if a charged particle q is accelerated with potential v, then its kinetic energy ke is equal to qv. Also, relation between kinetic energy and momentum. So P is equal to under root of 2mke. Okay. So from equation 3, this was equation 3, lambda is equal to h upon p. So from equation 3, so lambda is equal to h upon p. So lambda is equal to h upon under root of 2m ke. Let us call this as equation number 5 and this as 4. Okay. Now again from 4 and 5. Now again from 4 and 5. So lambda is equal to h upon under the root of 2m, and in place of ke what we are putting? We are putting qv. So this will be lambda is equal to h upon 2m qv, and this is equation number 6. This is equation number 6. So equation 6 gives wavelength of charged particle accelerated with potential v. Equation 6 gives de Broglie wavelength of charged particle de Broglie wavelength of charged particles accelerated with potential v. Okay, so that is how we calculate. Now special cases means for electron. Now for electron, pay attention everyone. Mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Charge of electron QE is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Okay, so everyone please do the calculations and tell me the value of lambda E. Everyone please do the calculation and give me the value of lambda E. Do it now. How much is the value of lambda of electron? How much is the value of lambda of electron? Six 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 2 into 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into V. Your answers seem to be wrong, Mr. Sahil. So that becomes 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by root of 29.12 into 10 to the power minus 31 into 10 to the power minus 19, 10 to the power minus 40 and upon V. Okay. So that will be how much is the value of root of 29? Anyone? 0.12.
Sir, it will be 10 to the raised power minus 50.
Just a second. That will be 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 5.39. 396 can be taken as, let me take it as 396 into 10 to the power minus 20 into root V, because root will be root. Now this is going to cancel this as 10 to the power minus 14. This is going to cancel this as 10 to the power minus 14. So 6.62 divided by 5.396. So that comes out to be 1.22 into 10 to the power minus 14 upon root V. This is the answer. This is the answer. This is the answer. Okay. Meters. How many of you got that? How many of you got that? How many of you got that? Because minus 31 into minus 19 is minus 40, Sahil. When base are common, powers get added. Question. An electron is being accelerated. An electron is being accelerated by 400 volt potential difference. 400 volt potential difference. Find its de Broglie wavelength. Find its de Broglie wavelength. Find its de Broglie wavelength. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. 31 plus 19 will be 40. Yes, you are right. Sorry, 50. And root of 50 will be 25. So 25 upon this will be minus 9. Just a second. Okay. So this will be minus 9. This will be minus 9. And that was minus 25. And that was minus, just a second. Okay. This is minus 25. And this is minus 9. So answer comes out to be 1.22 into 10 to the power minus 9, or you can say 12.2 into 10 to the power minus 10. Okay. Yes, Sahil, you are right. You are right. But even with that calculation, 1.22 into 10 to the power minus 6 is not coming as the answer. Now solve this. An electron is being accelerated by 400 volts of potential difference. Find its de Broglie wavelength. Find. So lambda E is equal to 1.22 into 10 to the power minus 9. Let me write it, yeah, upon root V. Root V means root of 400. So that becomes 1.22, or you can say 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon root of 400 is 20. Root of 400 is 20. So that will be, as people are saying, 6.1 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter. So the purpose is, everyone please pay attention, purpose is to make you realize that you should memorize this formula for quick calculation of electrons de Broglie wavelength. Okay, remember that, everyone. You need to remember this so that you can quickly get the answer without doing much calculations, and when you do less calculations you do lesser calculation mistakes. Okay, so this was case 1 for electron. Now for proton, case 2 for proton. Now for mass of proton. Mass of proton is 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, and charge of proton QP is equal to 1.67, 1.6 basically, into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So lambda P will be H upon mv, or you can say directly I am writing 2mqv, 2mqv. So lambda P will be, H is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon under the root of 2 into m. M is 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 27 into Q, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into V. Everyone please do the calculation and tell me the value. Do the calculation and tell me the value. Do the calculations and tell me the value, everyone. Sahil is saying 2.87 into 10 to the power minus 11 upon root V. How many of you agree with Sahil? How many of you agree with Sahil? This is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon, so 2 into 1.67, 2 into 1.6, that becomes 5.303504 into 10 to the power minus 27 and 10 to the power minus 19. That becomes minus 46. And this is V. All right. So that comes out to be 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon, this will be minus 23. This is root V. Now root of 5, root of 5.3504, and that comes out to be 2.313. All right, so that gives 6.62 divided by 2.313. So that comes out to be 2.86 into 10 to the power minus 11 meters upon root V. You can write it as 0.286 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon root V. Okay, this is lambda of proton. How many of you got that? How many of you got that? How many of you got that? See, all those who are not trying to solve these kind of questions in exam also, you will be stuck. Why? Because you don't develop the habit of solving questions. You don't develop the habit of solving questions. Okay, so you have to develop. If you want to be successful, if you want to score very good in competition, you have to develop the habit of solving numerical questions. Only studying, getting knowledge is one part. Now converting that knowledge into score and marks is entirely different aspect, and that comes with practice. So you have to do practice, lots of practice. Okay, so this is lambda of proton. Now next, case 3, deuteron. What is deuteron? Deuteron is basically isotope, you can consider. Okay, when you remove electron from hydrogen, it becomes proton. When you remove electron from deuterium, we get deuteron. So when an electron is removed from deuterium, we get deuteron. So mass of deuteron is equal to 2 times mass of proton, charge of electron, charge of deuteron, and that will be charge of proton. 1.676 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Charge of deuteron is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Okay, so again lambda deuteron is equal to 6.62, I am writing directly, into 10 to the power minus 34 upon under the root of 2 into m. M is 2 times mass of proton. So 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 27 into q 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into v. Tell me the value, everyone. Tell me the value. Tell me the value. Done, everyone? Sahil is saying 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 11 upon root v. I don't agree with you, Sahil. You don't understand. See, what is the difference between lambda d and lambda p? So that will be nothing but lambda p upon root 2. Lambda p upon root 2. And lambda p is already known. That is 0.286 upon root v. Now root 2 is nothing but 1.41. 1.41. So that will give us 0.286 divided by 1.41. So that comes out to be 0.202 upon root v, and this will be angstrom. Angstrom, because 10 to the power minus 10 is angstrom. So this comes out to be the lambda d. So lambda d is equal to 0.202 upon root v angstrom. Okay. Any doubt, any question? Good. Next. So this was case 3. Case 4. For alpha particle. For alpha particle. Okay. Now alpha particle is nothing but helium nucleus. So let me write that also. Alpha particle is nothing but helium nucleus. Helium nucleus. Now what does it mean by helium nucleus? That means if you remove both electrons from helium, you will get alpha particle. That is, if both electrons of helium are removed, then we get alpha particle. So now mass of alpha particle is equal to 4 times mass of proton and charge of alpha particle is equal to 2 times charge of proton. So lambda alpha is equal to h 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 2 into m. M is 4 times mass of P into Q, 2 times charge of P into V. Alright, so that becomes 6 point. In fact, if you see this into this, so let me write this as lambda deuterium by 2, okay, or rather than writing it like this, let me write directly 0.202 upon 2 root V angstrom. So lambda alpha comes out to be 0.101 upon root V angstrom. Answer. Lambda alpha is equal to 0.101 upon root V angstrom. Okay. Any doubt, any question? Soham, you are saying 2.54. How come? How come? Question. If deuteron, alpha particle and proton are accelerated with potential difference 100 volt, find de Broglie wavelength of each. Find de Broglie wavelength of each. Please find everyone. I want answer from each one of you. All of you need to give the answer quickly. There are some students who are smart. They take angstrom common. Correct? Correct, Aman? Okay. So just no, that's fine, Aman. That's fine. So what is lambda of proton? Lambda of proton is 0.286. Lambda of proton. Let me check. 0.286 upon root V angstrom. So 0.286 upon root V angstrom. So root V means root of 100. So lambda P is equal to 0.286 upon 10 angstrom. So that becomes 2.86 into 10 to the power minus 12. 2.86 into 10 to the power minus 12 meters. Right. Similarly, lambda of deuteron will be 0.202 upon root V angstrom. So lambda D is equal to 0.0202 angstrom, or you can write 2.02 angstrom. Or you can write it as 2.02 angstrom. Okay, this is lambda D. So we have done lambda P, we have done lambda D. Now lambda alpha is equal to 0.101 upon root V angstrom. Excuse me. And that comes out to be 101 upon 10. So 0.0101 angstrom. Answer. How many of you solved all three correctly? The purpose of giving of this question is to make you memorize the formula. Okay. So remember all four: lambda E, lambda P, lambda D, and lambda alpha, so that you can quickly get the answer in exam. Okay. That will be a very easy question. I want all of you to secure full marks. Next. Now there is another way of deriving of this de Broglie formula using Bohr's postulate. We'll be talking about it in chapter of atom. Okay. All right. Now there were certain other experiments which were done in that dual nature to verify whether the de Broglie wavelength which we are getting is correct or not. So please write Davison-Germer's experiments. Davison-Germer's experiment. Okay. Davison-Germer's experiment. So Davison and Germer, these two people, they performed experiment and verified. Basically, they calculated wavelength of electron, and which came out to be exactly same as the wavelength calculated by de Broglie formula. So Davison and Germer performed experiment in which electron beam get diffracted. Now pay attention. Electron means massive particles. So now massive particles are getting diffracted. Diffraction is a property of wave. So it is getting diffracted, that itself says that electron is behaving as wave. Okay. So Davison and Germer performed experiment in which electron beam got diffracted by a crystal grating full stop. The wavelength calculated using experiment came out to be exactly same as the wavelength calculated theoretically by which experiment? Wavelength calculated theoretically by de Broglie formula, de Broglie method. Okay, so basically theory and experiments are matching. Okay, so in their experiment, pay attention what they did. They took an electron gun. So this was the source of electron. All right, and this was the electron gun. Now these electrons, when are coming out, okay, these got by some grating created here, and after that they are going somewhere here. Okay, so what is happening, this is some angle, let's not call it theta. Okay, so these electrons which are coming out, these got diffracted, and this is screen. Now 2d sine theta is equal to n lambda. That happens for diffraction. Okay, so that gives us lambda is equal to 2d sine theta upon n. This is 1. Now lambda is equal to h upon p. Okay, 2. 1 and 2 gave exactly same value. equation 1 and 2 gave exactly same value, exactly same value, proving that electrons are indeed behaving as waves, proving that electrons are indeed behaving as wave. Electrons are indeed behaving as wave. Okay, so this was Davison-Germer's experiment. All right, good. Now let me give you a mixed question which becomes a little bit more complicated because we are mixing two concepts. So pay attention. Question. Light of wavelength 4500 angstrom falls on a metal of work function 2 eV. Find de Broglie wavelength. Find de Broglie wavelength of ejected photoelectron. Photoelectron. Please find out. Answer everyone. Abhita is saying 0.1 angstrom. Abhita, Pearl, and Risaya. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. First, we need to solve this for photoelectric effect. So we have already solved this kind of questions in photoelectric effect, but many of you might have forgotten how to solve this because we solved this long ago. So solution Hc upon lambda is equal to 5 plus K max. Hc upon lambda 12420 upon lambda 4500 is equal to this is 2 plus K max. Now 12420 upon 4500. 12420 divided by 4500. 2.76 is equal to 2 plus K max. Bano K max comes out to be 0.76 EV. Be very clear, this is EV. This is EV. Now, as this is 0.76 EV, lambda of electron is equal to. So what we can do is, here your formula of voltage won't work. So lambda is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 upon 2 into m 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 2m into ke. Ke is this, so 0.76 into how much? 0.76 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So my dear friends, that is nothing but, what was the formula for electron? 1.22 or 12.2 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon root of 0.76. Now how much is root of 0.76? Let me check that. Root of 0.76. So that comes out to be 12.2 upon 0.87 into 10 to the power minus 10. Let me check the formula once again of lambda electron. भाइयों बहनों, lambda electron is 12.2 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon root v. Correct. 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 So 12.2 upon 0.87 is how much? 12.2 divided by 0.87. That comes out to be 14.02 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. This is the answer. This is the answer. This is the answer. This is the answer. So 14 angstrom almost. Okay. Any doubt, any question? Any doubt, any question? Rest of the lazy people, any doubt, any question? Any doubt, any question, lazy people? No, sir. Okay. Okay. Now we have talked about Davison-Germer. There is something called Compton effect. Compton effect. Okay. Now this Compton effect was very interesting effect. There is one electron, okay, which is at rest. Now electron is a very small thing. So this electron is at rest and one photon comes, and energy of photon is hc upon lambda. So that means wavelength of photon is lambda. Okay. Now, interesting part. After that, what happens? This photon collides with the electron, and the collision takes place as if two massive particles are colliding with each other. Two massive particles are colliding with each other, and that was literally shocking. That was literally shocking. Why it was shocking? Because one particle which is massive and one particle which is photon, okay, that actually proves that photon behaves as massive particle. Okay, otherwise it cannot collide with electron and produce this kind of effect. So after that, what happens? Pay attention. Let me draw a line. So after that, what happens? That scattered photon goes in this direction. Photon, scattered photon goes in this direction, and scattered electron goes in this direction. Okay, this is amazing phenomena actually. This angle is phi and this angle is theta. Okay, so let me write this. Have you drawn the diagram, everyone? So in Compton effect, an electron at rest, an electron at rest collides with, an electron at rest is kept, an electron at rest is kept, and a photon moving with lambda is wavelength. A photon moving with lambda collides with the electron, and electron gets scattered, and electron gets scattered, and electron gets scattered, and electron gets scattered exactly the same way, as if two massive objects are colliding, as if two massive objects are colliding with each other, with each other. Okay, as if two massive objects are colliding with each other. Now pay attention, pay attention. Lambda dash minus lambda dash minus lambda is equal to, pay attention, this is lambda dash and this is lambda, sorry. Okay, so the incident photon has had lambda and the scattered photon has lambda dash. Okay, so lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h upon m naught c into 1 minus cos phi. This is the formula. Okay, this is sometimes also written as delta lambda. Delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c into 1 minus cos phi. H upon m naught c into 1 minus cos phi. Okay, please note, everyone. Please note. Okay, like that. Noted. Now, special cases. Special cases. If number 1, phi is equal to 0 degree, phi is equal to 0 degree, that is no deflection. Okay, no deflection in photon after collision. So in that case, what you can see is delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c into 1 minus 1. So delta lambda is equal to 0. Delta lambda is equal to 0. Okay. So wavelength initially and wavelength later is same. Okay. So basically Compton effect will not be observed. Number 2. Phi is equal to 90 degree. So delta lambda delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c into 1 minus cos 90. Cos 90 will be 0. So delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c. That means lambda dash is equal to lambda plus h upon m naught c. Okay. This is second case. Case 3. Phi is equal to 180 degree. Phi is equal to 180 degree. So delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c into 1 minus cos 180. Cos 180 is minus 1. So that will give us delta lambda is equal to twice h upon m naught c. That means lambda dash is equal to lambda plus 2h upon m naught c. Please note, everyone. Please note. So this was Compton effect. This was Compton effect. Noted, everyone? Noted. All right. Question. An alpha particle and a proton are accelerated with same potential difference. With same potential difference. An alpha particle and a proton are accelerated with same potential difference. Find ratio of their de Broglie wavelengths. Very easy question. Solve it quickly. So lambda p is equal to h upon root of 2 mp qpv. Lambda alpha is equal to h upon 2 mass of alpha particle, that means 4 times mass of proton. 4 times mass of proton. Charge of this, so 2 times charge of proton into V. So lambda alpha upon lambda p is equal to h upon 2 into 4 mp into 2 qp into V into h upon 2 into mp into qp into V. So H2 to MP MP QP QP VV. That gives us lambda alpha upon lambda p is equal to 1 upon root 8, and that will be nothing but lambda alpha upon lambda p is equal to 1 upon 2 root 2. 1 upon 2 root 2. Answer. Any doubt, any question? Any doubt, any question? Okay, so that is enough for today. In the next class, we'll be starting with atom. We'll be starting with atom. Okay. Okay, everyone.